There's a quiet thing that happens to a lot of anime fans in their late 20s and 30s. They don't quit anime dramatically. There's no announcement. They don't post about it. They just notice, one season, that they've fallen behind on everything they meant to watch, and they don't feel that urgent about catching up. And then they notice they've been reading manga for 3 hours without meaning to, just sitting with it, turning pages at their own pace, not thinking about what else they should be watching. It doesn't feel like a departure, it feels like relief. And if you felt that, you're not alone. The shift from anime to manga among older fans is real, it's measurable, and it's happening for reasons that go deeper than taste. Start with the numbers, because they're interesting. Millennials, people roughly in their late 20s to early 40s, make up the largest single group of anime fans in the American market. Around 46% of consumers. That's not a niche, that's the core. But within that group, something has been shifting. Younger fans come in through social platforms and peer networks and watch new seasonal content constantly. Older fans are increasingly moving toward manga as their primary way of engaging, buying print editions, collecting volumes, following serializations directly. The manga market globally is growing faster than anime right now. The projected growth rate through the early 2030s sits around 20% annually, and the people driving the premium end of that market, the collector volumes, the physical editions, are adults with real purchasing power and a specific preference for depth over spectacle. They're not leaving Japanese media, they're changing how they engage with it. Part of what drives this is industrial. It's worth being honest about what the modern anime production system actually is. In 2000, Japan had around 200 active animation studios. By 2025, that number had grown to over 500. Global streaming platforms poured money into licensing and original content. The result was a massive increase in volume. More shows every season than any person could keep up with, produced at a pace that regularly exceeds the industry's capacity to do them well. The seasonal model, 11 to 13 episodes per hour, wasn't built for depth, it was built for retention. A show has a short window to prove itself before the algorithm moves on and discourse shifts. So shows are constructed to hook fast, big openings, immediate stakes, constant forward momentum, the slow build, the quiet middle, the episode that earns its weight through atmosphere rather than event. These are risks the modern production model rarely allows. The skilled animators needed to execute this volume simply don't exist in sufficient numbers. Production timelines get compressed. Outsourcing happens. The result, in many cases, is animation that looks passable on the first watch and falls apart under any real attention. For an older fan with a refined sense of what's good, someone who watched the 1997 Berserk and knows what careful, atmospheric adaptation can do, sitting through the 2016 CGI continuation feels like a specific kind of injury, a cross-hatching that made viewers' panels breathe, the weight of the Dragon Slayer, the gothic density of the world, all of it replaced by stiff 3D models and what became fairly infamous, the sound of a kitchen pot being hit with a spoon every time Guts swings his sword. The manga was still there, untouched, exactly what Miura made it. Vagabond has never been adapted to anime. Takehiko Inoue has kept it that way. He stopped the original Slam Dunk television run mid-production because the studio wanted to change his ending. He only allowed the first Slam Dunk film to exist after collaborating directly on it and approving the rendering approach. Vagabond, drawn with traditional calligraphy brushes, built around silence and Zen philosophy and meditative pacing, he is deemed unadaptable, not commercially unattractive, structurally impossible. And reading Vagabond, you understand why. The famous silent panel of Musashi smiling, the visual metaphor of the forest. These moments work because the reader controls the time. You can sit with a panel for 10 seconds or 10 minutes. The weight of it accumulates through your attention. There is no director telling you when to move on. Put that inside a 24-minute broadcast slot and it becomes something else entirely. Something smaller. Oyasumi Punpun, Goodnight Punpun, is arguably impossible to adapt for a different reason. The whole structure of the work depends on Punpun being voiceless. His family and he are drawn as abstract word figures against hyper-realistic photographic backgrounds. The deliberate contrast between the cartoon emptiness of Punpun and the dense realism of the world around him is the mechanism. It makes him a blank onto which the reader projects their own shame, their own awkwardness, their own quiet devastation. You don't watch Punpun, you become him. The moment you assign a voice actor to that character, the projection collapses. He stops being you and starts being someone else. The story that felt unbearably personal becomes someone else's story that you're watching from outside. Beyond that, the themes, abuse, assault, suicide, the slow disintegration of a person would face severe censorship in any broadcast context. The version that survived would not be Punpun. It would be something softer, wearing his shape. The manga exists. It is what it is. It has no compromise in it. Cognitive case for manga is also genuinely interesting. Reading is active in a way that watching is not. Watching anime, once playback starts, the experience is self-running. The audio and visuals arrive whether you're fully engaged or not. The pace is fixed. If your attention drifts, the show continues without you. Reading manga requires you to be present at every step. The page doesn't turn itself. You have to construct the transition between panels. The gutter, the empty space between images, requires your brain to infer what happened between moments. That cognitive participation builds a more durable connection to the story. The mental models you construct are more complex. The memory of what you read tends to last longer. There's also something to how manga handles time. Large, borderless panels stretch a moment. Tight, diagonal panels compress action into urgency. A skilled manga artist can make a single panel hold enormous weight by giving the reader space to stay inside it. That kind of temporal architecture is reader control. You move when you're ready, not when the runtime demands it. For older adults, managing full lives, careers, families, obligations, cognitive fatigue by evening, this matters practically. In the time it takes to watch one 24-minute episode, a typical reader can move through 3 to 5 manga chapters on a phone, in bed, without headphones, in 10-minute windows throughout a day. The format bends to the life rather than demanding the life bend to it. There's a broader thing underneath all of this too, and it's worth naming honestly. Modern digital life is designed to keep you in a state of high stimulation, fast cuts, audio cues, algorithmic feeds that never stop refreshing. Over time, this does something real to the brain. The capacity for sustained, patient attention gets worn down. Long-form, slow-burn stories that once felt immersive start to feel like work. You find yourself checking your phone mid-episode without deciding to. The story keeps going, but you've already half left. Manga doesn't do that to you. It's quiet, primarily black and white. No audio demanding your attention. No autoplay pulling you into the next thing. You read at the pace your brain can actually absorb. For a lot of adults who felt a specific numbness of consuming too much, too fast, sitting with a manga volume feels less like entertainment and more like something closer to rest. It's not accidental that the people most likely to describe manga this way are in their 30s and 40s. They're the ones who's been inside the cycle long enough to feel what it does to them. This isn't an argument that anime is finished or that everyone should put it down. The issue has never been the medium. It's the industrial conditions around the medium. When a production is given time and the right creative leadership and a latitude to be slow when slowness serves the story, anime can still reach places nothing else quite reaches. But those conditions are rare now, and older fans have learned through enough disappointment to stop assuming they'll be present. The migration toward manga among older fans isn't nostalgia and it isn't cynicism. It's something more practical than either of those. It's people finding the format that actually fits their lives and their cognitive needs, that gives them the pacing and control and the narrative integrity they're looking for. That doesn't ask them to sit through 24 minutes of padded episode when they have 12 minutes before they need to be somewhere. The stories are still there. The connection to Japanese storytelling hasn't faded. The medium just shifted. And maybe that's not a loss. Maybe it's just what it looks like when an audience grows up and finds a better fit, quieter, slower, more on their own terms. The manga was always there. Some people just needed a while to find their way to it.